Hey folks, welcome back to Failure Retirement. So today is kind of an interesting day. So I looked it up the other day because I wasn't sure, and it just so happens that today, Tuesday, April 2nd, is my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. Sorry, distraction. Anyway, also, coincidentally, and I think quite ironically, I hit 1,000 subscribers today. So pretty excited about that. That's been something I've just been kind of watching for a while. Subscribers have been growing quite a bit since the first of the year, like somewhere around the neighborhood of like 70, 80 subscribers a month, January, February, March. So that's been going quite well, in my opinion. So I appreciate all of you. I can't believe that there's 1,000 people that have subscribed to my videos and are interested in just watching a slice of this old fool's life. But I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. I really enjoy the comments. There are some really thoughtful comments in there, and I'm just very grateful for all of that. So thank you. And so I did go back and I looked at a couple of my first videos, and I didn't realize really that I had totally left out why I started this channel in the first place. So what happened, I had been bothering my two boys and my niece and nephew for a couple of years to start their own YouTube channel. And I even took it as far as telling them, like, jobs and careers at this point are kind of for chumps. Like, why would you go about pursuing a career at your age with no responsibilities when you could possibly figure out a way to monetize the internet, right? This was my whole thing to them. And I may not be the best influence on these kids, I'll just tell you straight up. But I'm trying to encourage them to do that. And I was telling, like, my boys in particular, at the time, they were both in their late 20s. Now they're right at 30. And my niece and nephew are in their early 20s. And I was telling them, like, you guys do enough dumb stuff just in your daily that people will watch that. Like, you're always making jokes and laughing at yourselves and wrecking motorcycles and all kind of crazy stuff. Just film that and put it on YouTube. No, too embarrassing, too embarrassing. So one day I'm telling this to my brother-in-law, the source of my poor decision-making brother-in-law, and I'm telling him the story of my medical care, which was really my second video beyond my introduction. Pretty funny story. Legit, that's what happened just over a year ago. I thought it was amusing. I called him up. I'm telling him about it, and he's laughing so hard. He's like, "Guy, you gotta start your own YouTube channel. You gotta put this stuff on there. Just tell these stories of these things that happen." And I'm like, "Nope, no, I don't have time for that. It's too embarrassing." So a couple hours later, I realized that's the exact same line that these kids are giving me. They don't have time. It's too embarrassing. They don't want to share. Well, it hit me like, that's no way to be. Like, I'm asking these kids to do something I'm not willing to try myself. Like, I frequently think of myself as a leader in this and that and the other thing, leading at failing if nothing else. So I decided that really, like, the right thing to do, set the example and start my own channel. And hopefully the kids at some point will follow me along. I'm still waiting for that. And here we are, a year later, 1,000 subscribers. It can be done. Like, I'm not that dynamic. I'm not that entertaining, I don't think. But people have always kind of enjoyed my stories and hearing about the crazy things I end up doing. So here we are. So there's a lot of you new people and I really appreciate y'all subscribing, but I've got a lot of new subscribers in the last few months. So what I wanted to say about that is I try to release a video every Sunday and every Wednesday. I try to release a short on Fridays, just so you can kind of follow along. Every once in a while, I'll do it a little different. I'll get behind, or maybe I got something extra I want to slide in there. So occasionally it's different, but for the most part, it's Sunday, Wednesday, and a short on Friday. And then, here I am. This channel is mostly about my retirement journey, right? In a kind of an odd way. The journey where I suddenly have more time to work on my hobbies. I have more time for thought, basically. More time for learning, right? Creating this channel, learning how to film. My first couple videos were vertical, not horizontal. Like, I didn't really give that any thought. And then, learning how to edit videos. Like, I enjoy the learning part of it, but I will definitely have more of my hobbies. I've got some projects I'm working on now. I will definitely have more of my old tractors. Although I'm going to warn you a little bit on the hobbies, that will slow down as the weather starts warming up. Summer starts getting here. Gets kind of hot to be out in the garage working. I'm not home as much. I'm off doing things, enjoying the summer. So I don't, those videos will probably taper off and probably be replaced with more short stories. Hopefully I'll be sharing more of my retirement journey later this year. Kind of get a little more in the weeds of how we actually accomplished that, Mrs. Failure and I. I will say right here, without her support, like, none of this would be possible, right? She's just been there every step of the way, being my cheerleader. I'll be out on the tractor. Years ago, I'd be out on the tractor or something, have some dumb idea, come home, tell her, hey, what do you think about this? Like, do you think maybe I could make money doing this? And if I do it, I'd have to invest in, more tools or whatever the case may be, right? And she's always 100%, no, you need to do that. This sounds good, you need to do that. Kind of odd that she's related to the source of my poor decision making, but she's never told me no. So I need to thank her for her support. Actually, I should treat her like a sponsor, right? Honestly, she's my sponsor. She bought my tripod for me, right? Anyway, enough of that. I do thank you all for watching. Okay, so I also want to slide in here a couple things that I forgot to talk about. This is take two, if you will. So one thing I forgot to mention is I do feel like I am improving at retirement. I've improved a fair amount in the past year. I've passed off the hay farming venture. It's 100% fully my son's project now. I'm out of it. I'm just a cheerleader and a coach at this point. It's all financially on him. The decision making is all on him, and that has taken the load off me to some degree. I've also kind of come up with a exit strategy for a couple of other things that are not real time consuming. The hay farming, honestly, was like my smallest venture that took the most of my time. So but I'm developing an exit strategy for some of the other stuff that's, again, not as time consuming. And sometime probably over the next 4 or 5 years, I'll unload probably almost all of it. I'm going to be 59 here real quick. And so this has kind of got me thinking, like, and the channel, failure at retirement. How are you going to improve at retirement, right? How am I going to get the time-sucking things out of my life so I have more time to enjoy? that's the goal here for me anyway. So the other thing I wanted to talk about before I go, a few YouTubers actually have kind of helped me out along in my. Sorry about that. More learning needs to take place here evidently. So I film all these mostly on my phone, once in a while GoPro, but I found the GoPro to be a horrible memory hog. So I mostly film on my phone, and well, my memory just filled up again. So more learning needs to happen there on unloading the previous videos onto some other memory device or cloud or something. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. A couple of YouTubers have helped me out a fair amount. We kind of got a deal going where we scratch each other's back a little bit. So I want to take a second and mention them. Hope to Prosper, he's mentioned me on his channel a couple times, I think. Guy has excellent, thought-provoking retirement stuff, discusses his journey and investing and stuff like that. And he's not an investment advisor, just kind of what some of his plans were and how he got to retire. 401k Dexter, same thing, nice guy. I think he's probably mentioned me a time or two. Also on the quirkier side, funny guy to me anyway. He has a weird sense of humor like me, dancing alone with rentals. And he wrote my name on a piece of cardboard, or wrote my channel on a piece of cardboard along with a few others. That helped me get to the 1,000 subscribers. Most of all, I want to give a shout out to Buzz at Buzz's Retirement Garage. Here, like the end of last week, I was getting close. I was about 970 or something like that. But I was kind of stalled out there for a couple days, and it was a couple days till I had a new video coming up. And Buzz wrote Failure at Retirement on his whiteboard with 4 or 5 other channels. And I just instantly, like in the next 2 hours, got like another 10 subscribers. So he definitely gave me a boost. Buzz is a very interesting guy. He is doing an experiment on living on his Social Security that I just find oddly fascinating. For some reason I can't fully describe. I'm 8 years out or something of when I probably will start drawing myself. But for some reason he's a very nice guy and I find it fascinating. So shout out to Buzz at Buzz's Retirement Garage. He really gave me a boost here in the last end of last week and over the weekend. All right, so appreciate you all once again. Sorry about the distractions. This building last fall got inundated with paper wasps. It's getting warm. They're coming out of their nest. I just really don't want one, on the back of my shirt or down my shirt or something. You can see a few of them here on the window right there. There's another one, I think maybe over here. Anyway, hundreds of them. And they're sick, but they kind of got old figure, a little distracted. Got to kind of keep an eye on them. Alrighty, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement, and have a good day.